Federation. Les arbitres sont, the referees are Odins and Schlund. Les juges de ligne sont the linesmen are Cole Muller and Suominen. La composition de départ de l'équipe de France, de starting line-up Team France, le numéro 39, 39, 8, le numéro 18, 80, Ovitu, le numéro 84, 84, 85, le numéro 21, 29, Marcel, le numéro 41, 41, le numéro 80, 81, Arek. La composition de départ de l'équipe de Suisse, the starting line-up for Suisse, le numéro 63, 63, Genoni, le numéro 54, 54, Führer, le numéro 16, 16, Diaz, le numéro 70, 70, Hollenstein, le numéro 92, 19, Chu, As, le numéro 8, 8, Praplan.
Allez, le petit truc qui va vous permettre de taper dans les mains, chauffe, 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 on y va tout le monde, 2 fois dans les mains, 1 fois les bras en l'air, on y va, allez!
Welcome everybody to Paris, France. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson bringing you Group B action at the 2017 World Hockey Championships. The Swiss trying to improve their record. 1 shootout win, 1 regulation win. They're in good standing with 5 points. And the host France trying to repeat what they did against Finland in the last game. That's grab a victory on home ice and continue to move up in the standings as well. Dave, that was a stunner of sorts for the French to take the convincing 5-1 win over Finland, and boy, was this place rocking.
It was absolutely jam-packed. Last final minutes of the hockey game, everybody on their feet, jumping, screaming, cheering, you name it, as France stunned the hockey world with that 5-1 victory over Finland, and they're going to try to get another one here.
Had a look at 41-year-old Cristobal Huet. He was not in goal for the victory over Finland. It was instead Florian Hardy. Huet will be back in goal for France, and it'll be the youngster Leonardo Giannoni who plays in goal for Switzerland. France in their white with blue accents, Switzerland in their red and black. And it'll be the veteran Pierre-Edouard Bellemare to start it off for France in the face-off circle against Haas. France takes first control. Crowd already vocal. Seconds into this one. Still riding the wave, perhaps, after a victory over Finland. On the same day, a new presidential-elect was ushered into power, Emmanuel Macron. So it was a double celebration. France working out of the corner. Bellemare shoots and is stopped by Giannoni. He'll get into the game early with the first test.
And it could be a goaltender's battle in this hockey game. Giannoni coming off the 20-save shutout in his last game as Switzerland was able to complete the clean sheet against Norway. As the Swiss, as you said, take a look at the standings, see that things are wide open after Canada is the only undefeated team in Pool B.
3 points for a win as the France club controls out of the corner. Far side, Troil was unable to catch up to it. Switzerland will put one towards the goal. Reaching out with the stick is Huet. He'll move it along. Down the boards is Fleury. Came to the point, and Untersander tried to deliver one to the goal for Switzerland. Troil advancing the puck for Stefan DaCosta. Now Fleury picks it up for France. Stefan, one of 2 DaCostas out on Team France. His brother Teddy will wear 80. Stefan, the former NHLer with Ottawa, has number 14 on the back of his jersey. We have an early stoppage.
And we do. It's an errant stick by Jonathan Janil trying to keep the play alive along the boards in front of the Swiss bench. And the slashing of the stick right out of the hands there. Looked disgust as Switzerland will get an early opportunity on the power play.
France 6 for 7 on the kill in Group B play. Switzerland 2 for 11, a power play goal in each of the games they have played. Switzerland an early opportunity to try and quiet this crowd. Host France trying to keep them off the board. Ombuel back to the point. Slapper Diaz didn't miss by much. Now batted out of the air by Ombuel, unable to get it on the goal. Diaz has that heavy shot from the point. Switzerland trying to work it around to number 16, who has NHL experience as well, of course, but France gets the clear. Back in come the Swiss. Suter left it there for Brunner, but the French will steal and move up. It'll be sent down the ice around into the Switzerland zone. Swiss trying to get organized. French doing a good job in the early goings. Ritz will pick up, send down, and France will change on the penalty kill.
The French will finish every check. Switzerland is the better puck-moving team.
Belmar running rough shot, shorthanded. Roussel to the point, wrister, and that one goes wide of the goal from Dom Malka, the defenseman who jumped up to top of the circles. Dom Malka, as France controlling the momentum and the possession, shorthanded, stretch pass, and another wrist shot low, piece of the stick on the way by from Giannoni. Moving up ice with it. Switzerland finally gets in. Praplan to the point. Now to the right side. Allman won't shoot it. Comes back to the line, and a slapper by an attempt by Luffel breaks the stick. 2-on-1 for France. And a stop by Giannoni, rebound and score. Ovichu follows up and pots a shorthanded goal to give France a 1-0 lead.
Fortunate bounce, and the French can celebrate early. On the power play, the Swiss think they have things in control, but it's a broken stick and a 2-on-1 to a helpless defenseman. And with Ovichu looking to get the shot towards the goal, it goes off the defenseman, Lefou, and into the goal. No shutout for Giannoni in this game. As you can see, he makes the initial stop, and then Lefou, without his stick, has the puck bounce off his skate, off his right leg, and in. 1-0 France.
Big goal to get things going for France after it certainly displayed itself for Switzerland to be able to take the early advantage. Ovichu, the defenseman, adds a goal to his tournament point sheet to go with an assist. Switzerland trying to get back on the board. Work to the point. Uther-Sonder to the net with some traffic in front, and that's smothered by Huet.
Game number 24 of the tournament, and only 2 shorthanded goals have been scored. That one, and one by Slovenia early. Ovichu believes that he could try and test Giannoni on the blocker side, but gets some luck as Giannoni gets it off the cuff of his glove and can't react in time.
Drawn to the left of Huet. Ombuel couldn't come down with it. Troy will have that sent off his stick. Swiss turn it around. So what a penalty kill by France to open the scoring as well. 1-0. Troy down the left wing side. Troy into the net, and covered there in front was DaCosta. Troy will get it back. Monavion to the goal. Backhander after it hit DaCosta at the side of the net. Stefan DaCosta, he couldn't get the backhander on. Stefan DaCosta to the far point. Ricochets off a body again, but stays away from the top of the goal crease. And France showing that they will shoot the puck from any direction very early in this hockey game. There's Damien Brunner for Switzerland working in the French zone at the line. Leffel's shot is blocked. 3 get away for France. Played out to the far boards looking for Rec, but couldn't keep it in the Swiss zone. Both teams will change on the fly. Overture, the defenseman, a short-handed goal has France up 1-0. Roussel will miss this at center, but it'll bank down, and stepping up to play the goaltender Giannoni. France hard on the forecheck, come up with a puck. Played to the left circle. Racked down low for Bellemare. Bellemare had Roussel behind the net. Path to the puck was taken out though. Roussel joins Bellemare in the corner. Bellemare low in the Swiss zone to Roussel, trying to protect the puck for a pass out in front. Switzerland trying to bump France off the puck. Taking a hit there was Suter of Switzerland instead, as Bellemare continues to keep going along the wall, and his helmet knocked off, had his arm in the air asking for a penalty, and he'll get one. A roughing call coming up.
Just a hard-working line. Bellemare, Roussel, NHL experience, and keeping their feet moving and drawing that call. As Tanner Richard gets the roughing minor. So not the start the Swiss were looking for. Richard's just battling away, and there's the shove, and that follow through with the hand is what knocks the helmet off, and Bellemare helps it all the way down, so the referee sees it. And France will get a power play opportunity.
1-0 France off a shorthanded goal, trying to go 2 for 2 on the special teams. Switzerland wins the draw on the kill, and Diaz will flip it all the way down to Cristobal Huet. France in the tournament 1 for 7 on the power play. Switzerland 9 for 11 on the kill. Troil in his skates kept it on side magically, and then he'll take a whack as he gets sent down to one knee in the corner. Hometown crowd, a little biased, thought there might be another call.
They're going to try to do everything they can to influence the referees in this game.
Claireau for France. Can't get in. Sweeping steal on the way by Ambuel, shorthanded. Plays it over to the near boards. Picking it up. Bodenbahn back into his own zone. Switzerland able to send it all the way down. Huet meets it behind the net.
Well, both power plays for both teams aren't very productive.
France in. DaCosta, nice move. Had juked and got around one of the defenders, but the puck slipped off his stick. Fleury trying to keep it going. 55 seconds remains in the France power play, and Switzerland sends them back again.
Stefan DaCosta had 2 goals in a losing cause against Norway.
Up ice, the goal scorer. Overture drops back. Bellemare rolled one in. Straight to Diaz, who turns. Can't get it out. Now just does get it to bank out off of Fleury. And the French will reset. Cross ice pass finds Bellemare. Steps over the line. Puts it to the goal. Giannoni slices that one away. On the far boards, a scrum for it. Monavion to the goal with a shot, and stopped by the butterfly chest combo of Giannoni.
Well, the Swiss, they will get outworked by France, and especially Bellemare, Roussel. They don't turn away from any hit whatsoever. Monavion, with a little bit of growth there on the chin. Veteran D back on the blue line. Right-hand shot for France.
11 seconds to go on the power play. France scoring on the kill. Switzerland trying to keep it at the 1 goal on the board. Huet missed that opportunity for Switzerland to try and take more time off the clock. Hollenstein able to do so. And Swiss get out of the box and out of trouble on the penalty kill. Haas in the far corner to Hollenstein. In the France zone, Haas taking a look in front. Played back behind the French goal. Hollenstein tries to play it out in front for Paplan. Haas in the corner again. Paplan tripped up. No call. Luffo keeps it in far boards. Swiss working on the outside. That one into the, well, nearly into the French bench. And some pushing and shoving, nearly involving the backup goaltender Florian Hardy as well. Paplan makes a move to the net. Backhander gets away from him. Penalty coming on that play with the Swiss move in front. Switzerland back to the power play. When we return, France a 1-0 lead.
France 25, 2 minutes hooking.
de l'équipe de France. Parce qu'on voulait vous... Eh oui, allez les bleus, on voulait vous proposer un petit kiss cam. Un petit kiss cam avec des pros de la kiss cam qui sont ici. Des pros, on va faire la kiss cam. Passe à ton voisin, regarde. Hop, je passe à mon voisin. Passe à ton voisin, ben voilà, ça continue. C'est la kiss cam en ligne. Eric, t'es avec les Suisses?
Ah bah écoute, moi je suis avec les Suisses, on est dans le coin des Suisses, on se retrouve avec 3 Suisses magnifiques qui n'attendent que la caméra qu'on se fasse un bisou, mais d'ailleurs, et je comprends...
John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson, glad you're with us as host France in Group B of the 2017 World Hockey Championship takes on Switzerland, and with a 1-0 lead in their pocket, Dave, they'll go back to defending as Switzerland gets their second power play.
And it's the captain, Rafi Diaz, with some NHL experience, that they try to set him up for the one-timer.
Off the draw, controlled, Brunner to the line. Diaz, far side, Brunner. Wants to go behind the net for Allman. Piece of a stick in the way. Belmar to the line, not out. Suter able to get there in time. Across, on Buell, knuckling puck. Hit Dom Monka. Roussel will get it out as far as center. Suter turns quickly, 3-on-2 on the power play for the Swiss. To Diaz down the middle. Side door, Allman in front, and a tap-in from Suter. He missed. Right behind UA through the crease. Switzerland coming close. Wrist shot by Brunner on. Stopped UA. Rebound rests in front of him. And the French get down to one knee.
Great opportunity. Bypass by Switzerland.
Damien Brunner. Far corner. Swiss power play. Diaz give and go with the shot. Missed on the blocker side of UA. Hard off the end boards. Bounces right back to Buell. Switzerland down 1-0. Their last power play conceded a shorthanded goal. Fake shot leads to a pass for Diaz. Back into the slot, off a stick to Buell, and his pass back to Diaz. Partial intercept from Belmar.
Some overpassing by the Swiss, and they're going to have to get some fresh legs out on the ice. Some symmetry with their breakout, and see if they can't break through against France.
Ovichu, the man that scored, is backing up as Switzerland gets to the line. And a quick entrance, a quick exit for Switzerland. Perret is in on the forecheck, shorthanded for France. Spilling in the corner was Meunier, the captain. See if Switzerland can move up with numbers quickly. 15 seconds left in the power play, and they're stripped of the puck again. Coming down the right wing side, Douay tries to cut to the slot, and he's taken down. And the crowd just on top of anything they see, especially with a white jersey hitting the ice.
Well, the French penalty killing, very aggressive up ice. The Swiss like to control, but they just are being hustled up with their plays.
2 for 2 goes France on the penalty kill, including producing their only goal of the hockey game. Monavion unable to clear. Working for it on the near side. Just to the left of Cristobal Huet. Praplon, a shot that's blocked, didn't make it through traffic. Haas was there for Switzerland, can't come up with it. French want to get it out, get a line change. Ritz back to Monavion. He'll reset. Besh waiting, leaves behind the goal. Rowe, up ice, Troil. Had it taken off his stick, but the French stay with it. It'll be backhanded in by Fleury off the goaltender's paddle of Giannoni, just for good measure to make sure it stays away. Tanner Richard, up ice. Will be played down low. Mulligan skating back to the line with it. Mulligan of the Panthers slaps it on, and that'll be a chest save by Cristobal Huet.
The French backing in and not sure who should commit to the play on the wall. Mulligan gets all the way down low as we see this excellent opportunity in front of the net. It doesn't go into the 6x4. Suter is feeling some pressure from behind and just shoves it wide. The reaction says it all.
Suter a goal and an assist to his name in the tournament. Part of that big 5-1 win over Finland in the last game. And it'll be played around to the far boards. Rufinok behind the net. Freed up, chance to move it for Heckafoyle. French can't clear. Switzerland, a backhander, glove stopped by Huet to take one away from Rufenacht.
Now the patient French netminder. As the puck was going one way, the French were going the other. This backhand offering by Rufenacht is nicely caught in the left hand of the oldest player for both teams on the ice. That's Cristobal Huet, 41-year-old, who obviously had a nice season in 2010 with the Chicago Blackhawks. Got a Stanley Cup ring as they'll do this face-off again to give way to Antiniemi in those finals.
Saw a quick peek of Florian Hardy, who was stellar in that previously mentioned win against Finland. 43 shots his way, stopped 42. Wasn't named player of the game, but to no worry, his teammates bailed him out. Allman, side of the net for Switzerland, right through the top of the crease, cross zone in fact. Swiss spreading it out to the point, reaching for it there for the French, and they'll be able to pick up and move in with it. Played right across the top of the other goal crease from the outside, and teams just trading chances. Rufenacht will bank one in. Chappie, far boards for Switzerland, being covered. Puck jumped out right to the goal crease again as Huet has to keep an eye on it. Swiss changing up with almost 8 minutes remaining in the first. 1-0 lead for France off a shorthanded goal from Ovichu.
France's best served going right after the Swiss, who don't handle adversity very well.
Buell in deep, throws it on stop. Huet surprised him, gets the rebound, net knocked off, and there's a pile up in the French crease. Switzerland, the push, but Ovichu and the French have a 1-0 lead. 2017 World Hockey Championship. Paris, with a hint of Swiss influence today, but a large French crowd, of course, supporting their home representative in Group B at the 2017 World Hockey Championship. And out to a 1-0 lead. Pulling one down was Meunier. Lost it. Brunner in behind the D. Brunner of Switzerland to the net. Tripped up by Meunier. Slides in to take out Huet. And the Swiss will get another opportunity on the man advantage.
Tripping call as French just get muddled up in the neutral zone. Brunner jumps on one. He's got a set of wheels on him. He's trying to protect the puck. That forces Meunier, the captain, to dive at the feet, try to dislodge the puck first. Takes the body of 96 Brunner. So another power play opportunity for the Swiss. That's their third here in this first period.
Brunner had 44 games with the Detroit Red Wings back in 2012, 2013. And I don't know if the French game planned up a shorthanded goal and 3 power plays for the Swiss to start, but they do have the lead. And we'll try to put that penalty kill to the test and keep Switzerland at bay yet again. Slap shot, Luffel from the line. Didn't miss by much on the blocker side of Huet, who didn't budge. Just looked to his right and watched it go wide.
Well, the good news is his stick is still intact.
Belmar and his skates. Swiss digging for it. Came free. Roussel there on the far boards. Rocketed it up over top of his own bench and out of play.
Roussel, the cult hero in France, 2 goals against Finland. Involved after every whistle, that's his way. As he just injects energy into anything he does.
680 career penalty minutes in the National Hockey League. Off the draw, Swiss control, trailing 1-0, but on the power play. Fake shot, with a pump for Leffel. Skates down to the circle, curls back. Far side, gets it back to Leffel. Moves it, right wing side, back to Leffel. Shot snared by the left hand of Huet.
The veteran peeking through traffic in front of the net. It's Rufenacht who's in the sight line as Patrick Fisher, the coach of the Swiss national team, looks on. He had a wonderful career in the NLA. Had a 27-game stint with the Phoenix Coyotes and has his number retired in Switzerland, number 21 up in the rafters.
Swiss have another minute 22 to work with on the third power play of the hockey game. Richard of Switzerland wins a draw at the line. Leffel moves it to Richard. Right wing side, through the slot, ricochets, and pops out to Perret. He'll skate it out of the France zone, move in, one-on-one, and nearly undressed Leffel coming back. Leffel got just enough swinging the stick to keep it away.
Perret got his first assist on the opening goal, a shorthanded marker. He tried to add to that there.
France hard on the forecheck again with Douay working down low. France on the kill, taking some time off the clock. Swiss try to get it going. Moved up ice on Buell. Deeks across the line against Roussel. Then Roussel finds the puck, moves to Bellemare, keeps it within play in front of the bench. And down the ice it goes. Diaz up to Brunner. Next wave of Swiss attack comes in on the power play, but a drop pass at the line goes awry and Switzerland forced to clear. Diaz off a skate this time. Brunner saves it, but then his pass back is picked off by Bellemare, and the French have tightened it up at the back end of the penalty kill.
Over in Pool A on TSN 3, Denmark is up 1-0 on Slovakia.
4 seconds to go, Swiss power play. Knocked down by DaCosta as a man way down ice and tried to hit him. That's Fleury. He will break in on the right wing side. Penalty over. France 3 for 3 on the kill and have a shorthanded goal to speak of off the stick of Ovichu and lead 1-0.
You would think with 3 power plays in the first period there'd be more pressure in the French zone, but the Swiss, they like to control things and are being forced by this tenacious French team.
Huet telling Janil, pressure's on. Richard found it on the forecheck and centered, but Toyle came back for France. Huet was trying to help out his defenseman, but nearly got burned. Richard with 3 others. Carries the puck in, snaps one of the goal, wide through the top of the crease out the other side. Roussel will pick up, turn on the jets and wheel in. Holding the line there was Reck. Roussel shoots and that's blocked. Roussel again. Can't get the puck to the front of the net. Führer was able to put the block on, and now Switzerland getting a penalty call. Huet to the bench. It'll be played in front for Bellemare, and he nearly found a tap and just couldn't get that puck cleanly to the net. Extra attacker on, and France intends to perhaps not have to get to the power play to put one in. Play stops though out of the corner, and the specialty team filled first continues.
Well, it's Suter again with an errant stick. It's an interference call for him, but again, it's the line with Roussel, Bellemare, and Reck who are wreaking havoc up ice. They draw another penalty. They get another power play. They'll try to be better than their first.
Indeed, 0 for 1 on the evening are the French. But with the 1-0 lead, they won't drop it. Clairot moves out. Had the 3-1 goal against Finland in the last game. Did Clairot. Part of the power play here for the French. And he gets tied up with his own man in the far corner. Might be an opportunity for Switzerland to clear, and indeed, they're successful at getting it 200 feet away.
You win the face-off and guys immediately go to their spot, but if you turn your back to the puck, it's not going to find your stick.
Under 4 to go in the first. France power play. Giannoni, the Swiss goaltender, to the side. Troy there to bring it right back down low for France. Winter Sonder takes his time. France backs off. Winter Sonder goes down the ice. It'll knuckle to Huet. He'll tee it up. French will change.
Just nothing for either team on their power play.
Ovichu, the goal scorer. French defenseman. Zigzagging on both sides of Huet. Comes out in front now. Drops at the line. DaCosta in on the right side. Moves it over for Roussel on the power play. Back to the point. Ovichu sends it off. France working on the outside. Bellemare kicks it in front. Roussel nearly capitalized at the side of the net.
Bouncing puck right to his stick. Number 21 is thwarted.
35 seconds to go. France power play. Perhaps some urgency starting to build now, but Ovichu's pass missed its mark. Switzerland able to clear. Haas to center, has a man on Buell with him. Haas shorthanded, right down the pipe and forcing Huet to cover up while one of the members of the French team slow to get up there. I think that's Bellemare.
Well, they're trying to do a cycle and then funnel it towards the front of the net. It's off the skate of Bellemare, but fortunately to Roussel. But he's being hassled from behind from Führer, and Giannoni gets down in time to turn it aside.
Bellemare stayed out on the ice after being slow to get up. Had a chat with the official, now goes to the French bench. And the puck is dropped. Cody Allman couldn't keep it in, now it jumps out.
Allman had a heck of a game for Switzerland, factoring into all 3 goals against Norway. But the Swiss, they can't seem to get out of second gear in this opening period.
Power play still continuing for France. Switzerland with the puck though, and a long range play finds Allman in behind everybody. Allman one hand and a bouncing puck rolled to the left pad of Huet, and Allman just didn't have that settle the way he would have liked. Both teams shorthanded chances. France capitalized on theirs from Ovichu. Swiss kill off the penalty. France 0 for 2 in the hockey game. On Buell, some speed in, cuts to the outside, drops it off. Mulligan takes a look. He'll leave it. Loeffel goes all the way around behind Huet. Far boards. Controlling behind the net. We played up to Ritz. France sent back in though. Minute and a half to go in the first. It's a 1-goal hockey game. Don Monca plays the reverse. Some open room there in the French zone. Ritz to the line, not out. Loeffel across to the far point. Deflected and tight there over top of the glove side of Cristobal Huet. And the puck scoots right on goal. Huet, no chances, gets down on all fours.
Power plays running flat, but shorthanded opportunities. Both teams have had one. Here's Allman sneaking between the D, gloving it down, and then the bouncing puck. He's trying to swat it. It finally gets the toe of his stick on it at the tail end as it rolls away. And Huet puts the pads together and then sweeps it underneath the glove.
Draw to the left of Huet. 1:14 to go in the opening frame. Stefan DaCosta giving France the possession. Switzerland, though, able to keep it in at the line. Diaz sent it deep. Haas down low to Hollenstein. Back to Haas, right on with a shot on the left pad save against the trapper post from Huet. We rolled out, won't be icing. Troy will chase after it. Führer drops back for Diaz. Swiss out of their own zone with 49 seconds to go. Trying to find a late goal to tie this thing up. Haas banks behind the net. Troil cuts off a pass. Swiss changing. They had to be careful in case Troil decided to throw it right into the Paris skates. That's not the case. Diaz now looks up, sees 28 seconds left on the clock, trying to rush things. Switzerland now out. Ruffenach tips it through center. Puck bouncing towards Huet, gets the goal stick out to play it. Deflects over into the corner. Allman with 16 seconds left for Switzerland, working in the French zone. Now up the near boards. Chappie tries to play across, pressured to the line by Reck. Ruffenach works it into the slot, and Chappie had a glimmer of daylight, but the puck got caught in his skates. And he hit the deck, and that'll be it for period number 1. And the host French team able to skate out with a 1-0 lead.
Not a lot of 5-on-5 action there.
Short-handed goal gives France the lead after the first of the 2017 World Hockey Championship.
Oui, avec le premier but pour l'équipe de France, il nous permet de mener. Et les tirs perdus sont très importants des Suisses 45. Concernant les faiseurs de voyer, c'est également la Suisse et l'égalité. La France est à 6, la Suisse à 4.
Les équipes jouent en nombre égal.
6.
And now it's your turn to take a selfie with asterisks and OB leaves. Post it on social media using the hashtags IIHF World and Selfies. This will enter you in a chance to win your own official 2017 IIHF World Championship mascot.
Voilà, et Paul est en train de parler de cette formidable première partie qu'on vient de voir sur ce score de 1-0 pour la France. Sachez qu'à Cologne, c'est le Danemark qui mène face à la Slovaquie, également sur ce score de 1-0. Quel est ton avis?
Oui, parce qu'il y a toujours plein de renseignements de toutes les tours.
Parce qu'effectivement, voilà, si vous n'avez pas encore, et est-ce que c'est encore possible? Je ne crois pas, le programme officiel, il ne faut pas hésiter à le récupérer avec de nombreux avantages, toutes les informations inhérentes à cette compétition.
Il faut ça effectivement pour tout sur tout, sans aucun problème. La boutique, on en parle bien sûr parce que si vous êtes là, c'est que vous aimez l'occasion de glace, si vous aimez l'occasion de glace, bien allez voir repartir avec les goodies de ce championnat du monde IIHF. Les boutiques sont à votre disposition. Et tous les goodies, je vous mets dans le détail, mais ça va des mugs, écharpes, casquettes, maillots, bien évidemment, des équipes qui jouent sur le championnat du monde. Donc sans aucun problème, profitez-en, régalez-vous. Allez-y bien sûr et repartez avec un souvenir, c'est essentiel. Quelques infos maintenant.
Ah ben écoute, moi je pense que finalement on sait tout presque, mais il y a peut-être des anecdotes aussi qui sont inconnues. Et donc on va vous proposer de les découvrir ensemble. Regardez, c'est tout.
Ah ben voilà, regardez, on va vous parler de l'attaquant Philippe Boson, une icône du hockey sur glace, bien évidemment, qui est aussi et surtout le premier hockeyeur tricolore qui a joué donc avec les pros de la NHL, le numéro 36 et Blues de Saint-Louis. Il a disputé 3 saisons, c'était entre 92 et 95. Il a disputé au total 135 matchs, marqué 37 points, et donc 15 buts et 22 assistances. C'est pas mal pour le grand Philippe Boson.
The Canadian-born coach of France national team, Dale Anderson, has just won the record of longevity in the job, 13 years. The record previously held by the Canadian skater Pete Laliberté. Unlike his famous commentary, Anderson has remained in this position without a break since 2004.
On revient en français, toujours pour une info d'ailleurs, sur un joueur que vous appréciez particulièrement, après Philippe Boson, mais un joueur de notre temps, c'est pas si vieux, mais de notre temps quand même, le gardien de l'équipe de France aujourd'hui, Cristobal, lui est le premier hockeyeur français de l'histoire à avoir fait quoi Cristobal, il a tout simplement remporté la Coupe Stanley, la célèbre Coupe Stanley dans la IIHF, c'était en 2010 et c'était avec les Blackhawks de Chicago. Allez, voilà pour ces petites infos, vous avez vu, de temps en temps ça sort comme ça, c'est voilà, juste tranquille. Alors là maintenant, attention. Là il y a du lourd, on va danser encore parce que l'Interactive Squad est juste derrière avec nous. On va retrouver du monde hyper motivé. Voilà, là ça va envoyer, ça va être juste énorme. Allez, c'est parti, faut que ça bouge, on y va, faut que ça bouge, allez.
Comme ça, les différentes cartes qui sont proposées, on est sur la dance cam et ça bouge bien dans le club français. On est chez les Suisses aussi.
Les Suisses,
ils sont bons, ils sont bons.
Oui.
Qu'est-ce qu'elles sont belles, qu'est-ce qu'elles sont joyeuses, effectivement, les tous ensemble.
Together. le seul franco-suisse. Il est un peu blanc rouge, c'est sûr, mais un peu croix suisse aussi, pas mal. Pas mal de trucs.
T'es pas content, t'es pas content. You're hungry, a little bit hungry. Oui, c'est ça, c'est ça.
C'est dur de tenter le prochain 45 fois comme ça.
C'est la famille.
Attention! Ah, ils jouent le jeu à bord, ils sont extraordinaires. Merci! Merci pour cette émoticap.
On est un tout petit peu plus de 2 minutes. Début de cette... Allez, ouais, super, allez, bougez-moi un peu, ouais, que ça bouge, que ça vibre.
Bon, vous êtes chaud? Vous êtes chaud? On peut vraiment repartir, on peut dire n'importe quoi et vous faites ce qu'on dit. Vous êtes prêts? Juste crier, faire du bruit, vous dire ça y est, on est revenu, on est là pour la deuxième période.
C'est pas mal. Mais on se dit quand même qu'avec le retour des arbitres, on s'est dit que finalement vous étiez bien dans de voir si ce soir on fait un classement du public. Hier, on va savoir si le meilleur public est ici ce soir pour ce match France-Suisse. Alors, on va mettre le compteur à zéro. Attention, le compteur à zéro et on va même couper la musique de fou, couper la musique. DJ, coupez la musique s'il vous plaît, c'est un pour lui. Merci infiniment. Et là, on va voir ce que ça va donner. Pierre, oui, je t'en prie, vite, oui.
Et allez, on mélange rien, on fait pas les garçons les filles, on fait pas les Suisses les Français, tout ça. On fait une course, mais tous ensemble, c'est together, et on fait le maximum de bruit pour voir si on arrive à faire grimper l'aiguille, encore un peu battre. On est monté à 100, 100. Attention, on va voir.
C'est prêt? Est-ce que tout le monde est prête? C'est bien. On met le compteur à zéro. Attention, vous êtes prêts? On va faire le compte à rebours. Pierre, je te laisse le faire.
Oui, le compte à rebours, il fait 3, il fait 2, il fait 1, il fait 20 de bruit.
John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson in Paris, France, and a big cheer as the French hit the ice before period number 2. Cristobal Huet leading them out, stopped 11 shots in that first period for a unblemished opening frame, and there's the goal scorer, Dave Ovichu, on the shorthanded marker.
And the French with just 5 shots in that opening period, 3 of them from defensemen, 2 from Ovichu. But 1 was a goal. The shorthanded marker has France up 1-0. This game is screaming for some continual 5-on-5 action. What will period number 2 bring?
5 power plays in the first period, 3 for the Swiss. France kills all of those and gets a shorthanded goal. See what the second has in store. French in their white, Swiss in the red. Belmar against Allman to start the second. Belmar wins it back. Ovichu ricochets it in. Belmar picks it up deep, throws it on from a bad angle, and a paddle down stop by Giannoni. Fuhrer just gets it out of his skates in time before Reck got after him with intentions to pick his pocket. Back at the other end of play in the French zone, Eckefoel up ice, missing Roussel by a mile. That'll be icing against France.
Like to be able to connect, especially when they take the puck back down behind your own net. Ovichu, 25 games with the New Jersey Devils, couple of goals there. As Switzerland is trying to be more productive. Patrick Fischer was productive in his Swiss hockey career in Davos. Had a chance to play with him. Nice guy.
France able to get through center ice. Yeah, you're returning to a place you used to call home. Both these teams hoping they get to go with you. That's Germany, and more specifically Cologne, the host of the semifinals and, of course, the gold medal game. And right now, Group A play. Fleury of France lost it in the Swiss zone. Picked picked back up and thrown on. Giannone stopped it, didn't see the rebound. Troil out of the corner, the man that delivered the shot. Troil cross ice for France. Again, a sharp angle drive from left wing boards and a glove stop by Giannone.
Giannone had to be sharp on the first one from Troil, and then he is able to get the puck again, and it's sent back towards the net. Fischer had the coach of Switzerland, most productive years in Zug. As a 41-year-old, his second stint behind the bench. Can't seem to coach any offense out of his team right now.
Haas on the dot. Won by France. Shot attempted there by Douay. That was blocked in front. Moving down the ice. Preplan, centering pass. Tried to sweep it to the net. Did the Swiss? Didn't work. But now Preplan open and scores. Preplan top shelf ties it at one. Swiss on the board.
Perhaps there is some offense in Switzerland to start this second period with a foray into the offensive zone. Preplan's first, as he is in the right spot, just eluding a check, getting it below the goal line. And then where does he go? Right to the front of the net. He's going to appear there and up over the glove. Houet is looking over his right shoulder, and the puck is centered on the left. Nifty pass by Hollenstein, and the Swiss tie the score.
Very quick into period number 2. 1:22 in. Preplan, his first goal of the tournament. Former North Bay Battalion out of Stan Butler's crew, playing for Switzerland. And it's a tie hockey game. Houet out to help it along the far boards. Rolls out to center ice. Führer is there for Switzerland. Backhander in deep again, Houet. Back to his left, far side. Again, France able to get it out, but no one home at center ice to carry it the rest of the way. Houet one more time, around to his left. Mulligan tried to chop it out, rolled off a French stick. Now it'll be played towards the Swiss zone. French coming in, and a drop pass ends up on a shot on goal, stopped by the left pad of Giannone.
Just jetted that out there in a hurry.
Mulligan, top of the right wing circle at the other end. As we see things open up a little bit here in period number 2, it was an opportunity for the French to stretch it out with Eckefoil, but he was at the end of his shift and couldn't hit the man in front. That was Bellemare. Bellemare collides with Rufenacht on his way back into the France zone. No call. Puck lodged at center ice, now in, but offside. Go the French.
Bellemare was able to draw a couple of penalties for 2 French power plays in that first period, as Preplan catching his breath after the in alone chance. He gets it up the ice and then puts it in the back of the net. Dave Henderson, coach of France. Boy, he's been there a long time. And he's enjoying the crowd that's been behind their team since it was announced France would be host.
Buell, some speed, had to reel that puck back in after Bellemare was defending. Bellemare, far side in his own zone, hit the deck. Roussel helps out, centers in his own zone, but away with it. Avion able to get it out. Bodeman back in. And a wrist shot from the far side off the crossbar and out, I believe. And now 3 French get away. Bellemare leads. Drop pass to the slot. And that one got away from Reck. And now the Swiss with Bodeman in behind the D. 2-on-0. Sends it over. And fanning on a spinorama shot is Brunner. But he centers. And Haas drive as he comes down the right wing side was blocked.
France is just coming apart at the seams here. A bad change. And they allow the 2-on-0. It's not converted by Brunner, the pass behind him.
Preplan, the goal scorer, lays a hit. Swiss back in the French zone. Scrum in the corner, 4 deep. Worked up the boards. Haas to the front, backhanded over, and they'll score. A tap in, and Preplan has his second of the period.
Poor defending by the French, and they pay for it. Preplan is second goal in short order. And just getting the puck below the goal line eventually. And back out front, Paplon doesn't have to move because it's right on his stick again from Hollenstein. But it's all started by Haas, who's able to dig it off the boards, move it to the blocker side of Huet, and he can't get across in time because Paplon beats the glove for the second time. 2-0 for Switzerland.
And the Swiss in this period have scored 2 straight to swing ahead by a goal now. Surprising France, who opened the scoring early in the first with a shorthanded goal, had the crowd on their side, but that has turned in period number 2. See what the next step is for France, trying to offer a response. Guilty of an icing this time around.
So 2-1 here.
And
French supporters are still trying to get their team going. But 2 goals in 2 minutes and 26 seconds for Paplon. It's not helping the home team.
Richard against Meunier. Draw 1, Swiss. Shot from the left point, deflected up and out off the blade of Kukan originally.
Paplon is able to be 1 short of a hat trick. The first one, Huet wasn't across in time, past the glove. Second one, same thing. Reaching out this time is Huet, but a little headbutt and a celebrate.
Douay on the forecheck for France. Switzerland trying to get out of their own zone. Kukan to center ice. Swiss pick it up. Able to block the shot was Dom Malka. Staying in the France zone. Douay on the far boards, trying to defend. Suter pried it free for the Swiss, but collected in front. And France works their way up ice. Tired, they'll change it up. Giannoni trying to take advantage of some open ice, will roll it over. And the Swiss get a clear. France out of their own zone. Dom Malka leads them out. Pardon me, Heckefoyle was the one that was able to gain entrance to the Swiss zone. Heckefoyle now backing up. Chappie had to go on and off his blade. Had Allman heading towards the French zone, and now it is Chappie that plays it in deep. France counteracts that though. Coming up ice. Clairaut in on the forecheck, collides. Throw it. And it's knocked down in front. A shot from the far side by DaCosta is right into the midsection of Giannoni. And a little conversation occurs after.
Trying to get some life for their hockey team. That's a little more like French hockey. Get it in deep and take the body as Clairaut starts with a hit and then following up and loosening the puck free for a good shot towards the net. And then go to the net and see what happens. Maybe a draw penalty, as Lampierre was the second one in with a hard hit. DaCosta trying to add to his totals, that 2-goal game against Norway.
That was the opening game loss for France. DaCosta both goals in a 3-2 defeat. Diaz, Ambiol in, not from center. Must have hit one of the French players on the way by, no icing. Brunner allowed to work for it, therefore. Out of the corner near side, France gets the zone exit. Bounced off Führer by DaCosta into the corner. Taking a look is Troil. As Fleury in front, DaCosta also trying to hit Fleury in the slot. Each pass was broken up. Ambiol back to help out. Now to Brunner, a little swift between the legs, chip out. Right to Monavion. Monavion from his own line. It'll be played in. Slap shot, redirected. Troil nearly tipped that in on the fly as Meunier let it go. Troil, far boards for France. Just missed putting that into his own backup goaltender, Hardy at the bench. Meunier, the captain, attempts a spin-off move. Executed the body, but the puck stayed. And the Swiss pickup, turn in. Brunner will plant one on Huet, who slows it down.
Well, the Swiss are content with this, getting it deep and then trying to stack the neutral zone.
Long play in for Giannone, slaps it right back out. Janil, right point, can't get around Haas. Haas to Hollenstein, hoping to lead him for a 2-on-1. Had the man Proplon with him. This one an awkward skipper for Giannone to handle, but he will eventually cover up. Swiss have come out of the gates quick with a pair of goals from Proplon and lead France 2-1 in the second period. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you in Paris, France, where the home side had a 1-0 lead, but the man you just saw, Proplon of Switzerland, has put the Swiss up 2-1.
There was a question coming into this hockey game for the French. Do they go back with the show stealer, Florian Hardy, who was in net when Finland was turfed 5-1 2 nights ago in this building, or the veteran Huet? It's Huet who's in, but he's allowed 2 goals in under 3 minutes here in the second period.
Picafoyle couldn't keep it in for France. Bellemare does re-enter, but it's swiped off his stick, curling back behind the net. Luffel to Chappie near boards. Out to Allman. He takes a shove from Bellemare. Energy line out for France, trying to win back some of the momentum, maybe spark a goal of their own. And Bellemare clips a player right near the Swiss line, and that's going to be a penalty.
Well, that's not going to help their efforts. And there's some extracurriculars behind the play as well, but Genasi was felled in the neutral zone. We talked about the energy line put out for France, just a late right foot, and Genasi spins and is down. So back to the penalty kill for France. The tripping Carl to Bellemare.
3 for 3 in the hockey game with a shorthanded goal as their only goal for France. Now to their 4th penalty kill. Swiss will set up to the left of Huet. Richard to take the draw. Wins it to the line. Luffel. Far boards. Richard curls back with it. Richard to Luffel. Shot. Tipped and just wide of the blocker's side. And I think Proplon was the last to touch it in front, looking for the hat trick. Proplon curls back in, Swiss power play. Spinorama move to get the puck cross ice to Hollenstein. Up the boards for Richard, bottom of the circle now. Far portion, France zone. Richard on the Swiss power play, looks across. Back to the point, Luffel one-time deflects off of 2 bodies. Bouncing puck, 2 swings and misses from Switzerland. And Huet will cover up with a glove.
Pushing and shoving afterwards. Frustration after the French were able to go up 1-0 in the first. This one-timer from Luffel goes right off the defenseman's shoulder. That's Besch. And then Malgin is trying to help it towards the net. Hollenstein, who's got 2 helpers in the hockey game, can't catch up to this bouncing puck. Huet, an economy of motion there, when dealing with traffic as well.
Hollenstein will review some plays at the bench. Let the next wave come over for Switzerland on the power play with 1:20 remaining in the penalty to Bellemare.
The French were better in the face-off circle in the first period, winning 11 of 17.
Meunier showing the door that time, though. Chappie wins it. Genasi coughed it up. Short-handed play for Meunier. Had a man to the net, but was kept to the outside, knocked down by Baudemont coming back. Crowd jeering the officials, but you can expect that with mostly French support in the seats here in Paris. Janelle bangs it, crashes near side. At the half wall, Ooster Sonder all the way around to the far board. Switzerland 49 seconds to go on the power play. 2-1 Swiss lead, Bodemann. As Rufenacht in front goes back to the line. And Ganaszi's shot is sticked away. Might have grazed the outside of the trapper post. Switzerland on the far boards. Ganaszi dishes off, Bodemann. In front, Chappie pulls to the forehand, and a left pad saved by Huet to keep it against the trapper post. Switzerland, 20 seconds left, have been able to work it down low. Chappie again on the goal line, lost sight of it in his skates. It's pride free. France would love a clear, and Perret will hustle to it, drag as far as center, take a hit, and send it down the ice.
The Swiss have been trying to generate shots from the point. And then the last play they tried was a down low play, but Chappie just couldn't complete the stick handle and jam.
France 4 for 4 on the kill. Another missed opportunity for Switzerland to widen the gap on the board, now with a 2-1 lead. Troil turns one in. Giannoni twisted up in the near corner. Fuhrer still got to it. DaCosta settles it down. Couldn't get it over to Troil. Held it at the far point though. Now to the near side, Swiss territory. Buell out. DaCosta keeps another one in. Rough shot in the corner. Troil just overpowers his man Fuhrer, but now 3 Swiss move up. Left wing side coming in, Suter puts his head down, passes back under coverage from Heckefoil, and then that's turned over. But the French at the end of their shift are just dog-tired, and DaCosta has no choice but to leave it in deep.
Both teams are reticent to take the puck towards the net, instead trying to make drop passes, but they don't connect.
Crowd getting it going here in Paris. Want to see a tying goal. Belmar sets up shot near boards. Waits. Menavion to the net. Hit the side of the post. Outside of the trapper post of Giannoni. Didn't see it with traffic in front. Roussel. Backhander. Cross ice. Menavion. And that one is blocked and cleared by Perplum. Approaching 9 minutes remaining in period 2. Swiss started the second hot to trot with a pair of goals, both from Perplum in the early goings. Knocked down by France. Wrist shot Clairot block. Back come the Swiss. Chappie down the near boards. Had Allman following up. Chappie kept to the outside by Ritz. Dom Malka tied up behind the net. Swiss get the puck. Protecting wide is Chappie to the point. Slapper, block, rolling puck, and reaching back was Huet. Didn't have to make the save, but covered with the paddle. Swiss picking up here. Kukong, wrist shot, stop. Huet didn't know if it had reached the back of the net, but he'll squeeze tight and hear that whistle.
Oh, late punch in front of the net there by Dom Malka, as the French get caught running in their own zone. And up ice, they just haven't had any pressure. The Swiss were running it to the outside, stretching the coverage. Bodemann towards the net in the power play earlier. Chappie with that drag move attracts attention but can't finish. Nice long reach on Chappie there. Just can't connect. French are going to have to direct more pucks towards Giannoni. Only had 5 shots in the first period, only 2 from forwards.
Spent some time in the box already, and now they're defending again. Suter angles it in, far corner. Banks perfectly to a teammate on the far side, but French able to clear thanks to Douay. Malgin, 4th rounder to the Florida Panthers in 2015. Races ahead, 1-on-2 around Overture. Malgin. Heckefoil covering behind the net. Suter finds to the point. Ganaszi's shot went wide. Back to the right side. Luffel unloads. Stopped by Huet. A no-doubter at the top of his crease. Switzerland continues to lead France 2-1 2017 World Hockey Championship. Back in Paris, glad you're with us for the second period. Group B action. France, the co-host of the tournament at the World Hockey Championship, along with Cologne, and trailed the Swiss 2-1 right now after a pair of goals in the second period.
Highlight game for the France. The French, pardon me, will be Thursday when they take on Canada. But their bigger problem now is offense against Switzerland.
Avion has broken his stick. Well, actually, he appeared to have just dropped it as he regathers, gets the lumber back between the two hands, and will defend Switzerland. Curling out the outside on Buell, down to Bodeman. Bottom of the circle, back to the line. Uter-Sander's shot is blocked. Trying to get around him was Fleury, unsuccessfully. Now opening for Brunner, and he can't stay onside.
Brunner thinks that he was okay, but there was a player changing at the Swiss bench, and the door is inside the offensive zone. He wasn't out in time. Brunner wants to check with his teammates. A little look to the big screen there. Damien Brunner had the shootout goal for Switzerland when they were able to just shake off a scare from Slovenia in their opening game, up 4-0, and then they go to overtime 4-4. Brunner is able to connect, the only guy that scored in the shootout.
Turns out to be pretty big points, especially if they hang on in this one, but plenty of time left. 7:05 to go in the second period. 2-1 Switzerland. Janil gambles, push past him. Praplan can't work it to the inside. Shot from a bad angle is delivered towards the goal. Huet held tight to the blocker post against Hollenstein. Puck passed around Haas. Hollenstein nearly restole at the French line, but it's further towards Bellemare, who has to stop short, goes back to the French bench. Swiss uses the ice to get up quickly. Hollenstein to the front, looking for Praplan, who's carrying a hot stick right now. Both goals for Switzerland for number 8 in red.
Played his hockey this season in Cloton in the Swiss League. 15 goals there in 50 games.
Shappy cutting wide, curls behind Huet. Has Ruffenach down low. Shappy shoots from the top of the right wing circle. That's deflected wide. It comes out. This one chopped into the stands. And they'll bring it back in the line anyway.
The Swiss in their game against Norway didn't really get going until the midway through part, and went on to win 3-0. Giannoni with the shutout in that game. And they're a good skating team. They're letting the puck do most of the work for them. France wants to be more physical, but they just can't seem to catch up.
Whisked in by Switzerland, ends up to the right of Huet behind the net. Ruffenach looks back to the line. Playing across, Kukan to the net. Shot blocked, might have hit Shappy in front. Hustling to the far point. Uter-Sander able to keep it down low. France looks to go the other way. Trapped on the far boards was Lampierre. Now nearly coughing it up in front are the French and the captain. Or excuse me, that was Ritz. And Ritz will move it ahead. Lampierre right in front of his own bench wants to change, and so he has to get it deep and does. Now Bellemare has his cage rattled a little bit. Bouncing puck rolls past French sticks. And Ruffenach leads the way back into the French zone. It looked to be offside, but Switzerland will change anyhow. Stefan DaCosta in, turning shot. Roussel had it blocked in front. Giannoni didn't have to make a save. Roussel looks to the top of the crease again. No taker there as DaCosta couldn't get the stick free. Perhaps a little switch here from the French. It'll be Suter the other way though. Moving it for Mulligan. He tried to get it into the slot area. That was covered quickly by France. Roussel, Bellemare, DaCosta at the time being.
Pace is picking up a little bit, which is going to credit the Swiss.
Menabian nearly led Bellemare into a dangerous territory. Now Menabian himself in the danger zone as he gets tangled up in front of the crease, cutting in front of his own net.
He can barely make it to the bench. He's so tired.
Menabian, tense moments, that French defenseman. Bodeman skates past one at center. Bodeman in for Switzerland on the right wing side. Toe drag and a dangle behind the back play, but Rowe stole it from him just as Rowe was about to be beat. Giannone out to handle. Fleury to Teddy DaCosta. DaCosta, far corner for France. Needing some help from Troll. Bounce to the net. Fleury shoots, and that's not missing by much. Troll throws it on, and a glove stop. Giannone hacking and whacking in front after the fact.
Look what I found is Fleury, who was in front of the net earlier, spins and misses. Trell works hard. The loose puck, though, is swept past the glove side. Damien Fleury and his teammates are trying to even the score. He played in China, in Kunlun, in the entrant into the KHL. What an adventure for him in his first season there.
This one's going to be icing against Switzerland. Pretty good way to see the world and play some hockey. Fleury has played in France, Sweden, Switzerland, Finland, Germany. And then, as you said, China. A lot of stamps on the passport.
There's a lot of stickers on the suitcase as well.
France not folding anything up right now. Trying to claw back, and a sharp angle shot will be stopped from the knees by Giannone.
And the French and Perrier going right to the net. Perrier, pardon me, has got the right idea. Goal line, if you have nothing else, throw it into bodies. As Coach Dave Henderson trying to coax some offense from his club now. Back-to-back shifts in the offensive zone.
Far circle, Switzerland territory. Swiss control to get out, reaching up for it. Heckefoyd dropped at center. In come the French. A shot from the far boards, left wing side as Ritz tested the left glove arm of Giannone. He was equal to the task. Kukan carries out for Switzerland. Back into French hands. 3:11 to go in the second. Heckefoyd somehow still controls, leaves behind the net for Claireau. He gets tripped up as he's centered. A pair down in a heap behind the Swiss net, and Kukan will carry all the way down the ice, trying a sharp angle shot. Huet actually ducked on that one. Hollenstein, far wall, behind the net for Ruffenacht. Ruffenacht of Switzerland, back to the line. Führer, a drive, stopped by Huet, top of the crease, and the butterfly rebound out. And Menavion will clear the zone. Huet has to handle it. Hollenstein around Menavion, who just doesn't look great out there.
No.
Number 4 in white, defending. Switzerland trying to take advantage. Haas out of the corner. Haas, sharp angle, passes low. Preplan with 2 goals in his pocket, waits in Gretzky's office. To Hollenstein, left circle. Chugs along the boards, leaves it there for Preplan. France digging forward as well. Off the wall, Hollenstein looks in front. Can't find Haas, pass deflected by Heckefoyd. Switzerland making the French work here. Preplan unloads, that's off the stick, and right to the goal crease. Another empty net missed, and the Swiss can't believe it with Haas.
Well, a deflection that goes right onto the stick of Haas, sharp angle, but after 2 good shifts by the French national team, they're just stuck in their own end.
Menavion is gasping for air as he gets to the bench for a change. Switzerland moving it up. Suter drops it. In is Richard, looks to the front. Mulligan was ready for the shovel on goal. Puck didn't come his way. At the line, Luffel across. Ganazzi, a bank job to the front. And a paddle down blocker stopped by Huet, who read it well off the inboards. Now Luffel a drive for the right wing side, and that's wide of the blocker of Huet.
He's trying to gavel the puck in and get a whistle for his team. It just seems like they're running out of gas. And under a minute to go here in the second.
Luffel across the line for Switzerland, changing as they get it deep. Dom Malka into the near corner. Ovichu, stretch pass, finds Fleury. Man to the net, DaCosta, banks it out of the air, and a pad stop by Giannone. What a hand-eye job from Teddy DaCosta. Kukan the other direction. Switzerland up, quick pass, fooled Kukan coming back to him. Switzerland crowds the crease and running right into the cage's Ambule. They don't blow it down, so it must have been a French players steering him in. Now France, powered by their crowd with 23 seconds to go in the middle frame. Ovichu, wrist shot off the backboards, bounces to the right of the goaltender Giannoni. Trying to center on the far boards was Meunier, and this will kick all the way back.
Just doesn't seem to be enough there for France when they're up in the Swiss zone.
Puck high into the air, deep in the Swiss territory. 1 second left. And France will limp into the intermission. Switzerland takes control with a pair of goals from Pruplan. They lead it 2-1 over France after 2. Action from Paris at the 2017 World Hockey Championship.
C'est exactement ça, 123 pour le tir le plus rapide de cette finale. Deux buts dans cette deuxième période qui permet aux Suisses de passer devant sur un score de 2-1 sur un premier but marqué par les Français. On a les shots en goal, les buts cadrés avec la Suisse qui n'en marque que 5 malgré ces deux buts. C'est des 9 pour la France, ce qui est pas mal quand même. Les face-off, c'est 7 pour la France, les Suisses sont un petit peu meilleurs. Et les Français ont plus 2 minutes de pénalité, alors que les Suisses tu parlais de ce match.
Tweedy.
Introducing the 2017 IIHF Act. Player statistics. Team statistics. Line updates. And introducing icons. Your face, your team, your car. Show your hockey fans across the world. From any smart device, in your own language, the 2017 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Skoda, simply
Many realize new themselves. With the amenity, superfast absorbing and more increasing. Man, this is your cream. With the amenity, it starts with you.
Pierre, maintenant ça vous fait plaisir parce qu'on parle des miatus et tout ça passe.
Ouais, d'accord, donc c'est magnifique. Juste vous dire que du moment où vous êtes dans les alentours de la communauté Arena, vous êtes susceptible d'être filmé. On vous a en tout cas filmé à l'extérieur, très motivé, avec vos maillots rouges, avec la croix blanche, je parle ici bien sûr, vos maillots bleus également pour l'équipe de France. On vous a filmé à l'extérieur, regardez ce que ça donne. Vous étiez déjà avant le match très motivé.
Alors, on pourrait parler du programme tout de suite, mais j'ai envie de vous dire que finalement, quand on voit aller les Bleus, aller la Suisse, et là, les filles, à 6 h il a dit bientôt 7, ce qui est super important, et les filles à la frontière. Donc, vous voyez, il a d'un côté le drapeau français, de l'autre côté, il supporte la Suisse. Pour lui, finalement, il n'y aura qu'une victoire, c'est celle du sport et celle du jeu, et c'est génial. Bravo, l'équipe, c'était un coup. Le programme, j'en parlais 2 secondes.
Oui, alors, le programme, bien sûr, on va dire que je pensais l'avoir feuilleté complètement vu dans un autre. J'ai retrouvé les règles, tu sais, on en parle, on fait un petit rappel en début de match à chaque fois, avec Astérix et Obélix, bien sûr, pour vous expliquer les règles de si vous avez un petit besoin. Il y a tout là-dedans, donc c'est purement génial. Ça, c'est l'outil à avoir impérativement pour suivre correctement ces championnats du monde IIHF.
Si vous avez envie de profiter pleinement de la boutique, parce que c'est là que vous allez acheter le programme officiel, il y a aussi, bien sûr, les goodies que vous allez pouvoir récupérer si vous le souhaitez pour immortaliser votre présence avec nous, ici même, dans ce lieu mythique de l'accord Hôtel Arena. Alors les lits, comme il nous reste, oui, je vois le temps, 3 minutes, un peu plus de 3 minutes, on s'est dit on a fait la cascade. On a fait les on a tout fait, les lits, je sais que c'est super vigilant. On a fait la tennis cam, on va faire quelque chose de plus génial, de différent. On va simuler carrément le fait qu'on soit dans une enceinte comme celle-ci qui a vécu tant de concerts. On va faire un esprit rock. Alors on va faire du air guitar. Qu'est-ce qu'on pense?
Air guitar. Ouais, c'est-à-dire qu'on fait la guitare sur la guitare.
C'est ça, les gars. En fait, on va mimer, tu vois, comme si tu avais là, d'un côté, toi, tu fais la guitare, de l'autre, pareil ici, tu vois. Et donc, je joue la guitare, je passe à quelqu'un qui a tout compris ce que je vais faire, mais on va le faire super bien.
C'est des gens,
c'est une autre amie.
ouais, justement, un Eddy qui est un super guitariste, c'est Paris. Alors Eddy, c'est toi qui est. On se pousse, c'est à toi que je le pousse.
Allez, ça c'est bien pour moi, tu vois ce que ça donne partout dans la corde, regardez comme vous avez la caméra qui est sur vous. Soyez rock'n'roll, oui, toi aussi t'es rock'n'roll, laisse-moi, et joue la guitare un peu. Oui, maman, vas-y, debout. Génial, voilà. Bon, monsieur, je fais plutôt d'accord de lui, mais sinon c'est ça.
th meeting all time between France and Switzerland at the World Hockey Championship, and it's a 1-goal game after 2 periods of play, thanks to that man, Preplan of Switzerland with both goals, and Cristobal Huet will try to shut the door for the remainder of the hockey game, hoping his French team will get back in it. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson bringing you the final period between those two rival countries from Paris, France.
The border battle goes to Switzerland, 10 wins in the previous 14 games. France had more shots on net in that second period, but this did not make Giannone busy enough. Bellemare has drawn 2 penalties, leads all skaters with just over 14 minutes of ice time through 2 periods. What sort of thrust can they come up with in the third?
Trying to take a page out of the Swiss book, perhaps, to start strong. France off the dot, had DaCosta taking that face-off. He's been elevated to play with Bellemare and Roussel, so all players that have had or currently experience NHL play. Swiss break up an early rush. Rufinot turns it in. Huet just watches the puck roll behind him, has to get over to that trapper post in a hurry, but not forced into making a save or dealing with a centering pass. Ovichu left it. Bellemare to his left for Roussel. Swatted away at the Swiss line by the Swiss defender, Winter Sonder. Back in. The French on the far boards. Down low for Teddy DaCosta. Troilus comes over. Troilus trying to work it back to the line for Monovion. Teddy DaCosta one more time. Fleury and Troilus holding line. DaCosta shoved off the puck by Baudemont at the Swiss line, and Ambule picks up to go the other way. Ambule in, throws it to the goal. Big right pad save by Huet. Bigger rebound, but French in good position to take that second chance away.
Echefoil is able to help out, but the French are getting away from what makes them successful. That's getting the puck deep in forecheck. They're trying to do it alone and being thwarted so far in the neutral zone.
Rolling puck into the hands of Ganazzi. Hit his own man at the line on Buell. Dom Malka to center. Chipped in by France. They say not from center, that'll be icing.
Not a glorious start here in the third period. Switzerland looking to keep this game tight. Backstop by Giannone, who's had lots of success in the Swiss Premier League. Been a goaltender of the year 2 years. Won a heck of a lot of championships just last year with Barron.
Mr. Diaz reaches the goal and pushing out to the white ice is Huet to make the stop, no rebound.
Face-off win by the Swiss, back to the point. The hard slap shot, not this time. It's our wrister through traffic, deflected. And Huet, the 41-year-old, feeling the workload.
Brought home a Stanley Cup with the Blackhawks in 2010. 272 NHL games on his resume, and this is the last international tournament of the World Hockey Championship style he will play in for his country. That puck rifled to the goal, took down Richard. Richard back up, testing out that left leg. Richard behind the net. Richard for Switzerland to the right point. Diaz looks for the slap pass, but it's angled away instead by Ovichu, up and out.
Suter had his stick tied up as he was trying to redirect that shot by Diaz. Got a long stick, leans into those slappers. And Tanner Richard shaking off the left leg. There's the one-timer through traffic and trying to jump out of the way. He catches him on the side of the left foot.
Richard on loan from the Syracuse Crunch in the American Hockey League, playing in the playoffs there as part of the Tampa organization. Shappy for Switzerland in behind the net. Didn't center, goes to the line instead. Winter Sonder across. Back in the middle, Shappy healed it, went wide, thrown to the goal, and a stick save and a cover from Huet.
Huet slowing things down and slow to get up as well. Just knocking into the blue paint. That's Cody Ahmed, a three-point night last game for him against Norway. And it's been warmer in this building. And Huet looks like he's wearing a sweater underneath the sweater.
Beautiful day in Paris. Don't believe us? Don't take our word for it. Check out Gregor Cafe online at tsn.ca. This time to sit down with Mike Babcock. Bellemare over the Swiss line, tripped up. That's a penalty every day of the week. And France, a big opening early in the third.
Löffel is caught watching the puck, and he will skate towards the penalty box and sit for 2 or less. Belmar decides he's going to go through him. That used to be called a can opener, but Löffel, which is German for spoon, is going to sit in the drawer for a little bit. Belmar's drawn all 3 penalties. French power play needs to get their act together.
0 for 2 in the hockey game, your point of reference. I'd love to continue with the cutlery theme, but you did it much too well for me to add anything to it. Puck dropped and it'll be kicked off the dot.
And that brings about a whistle. You're not allowed to tie up the stick and use the feet to win the faceoff. Belmar checks in with the referee. As his counterpart in the NHL, for NHL experience, Roussel, directing traffic too.
France trying to tie this hockey game at 2, have a power play early in the third. Roussel pulls up, far boards in front of the Swiss bench, back to the line. Tom Malka, Belmar, hands off. Now Ovichuk, cross ice flurry, one times it from the near circle, that missed. DaCosta to the point, Ovichuk. Return to Costa, shoots, scores! Tie game, power play goal, Stefan DaCosta.
The hot stick gets hotter. Fisher thought there should have been an interference call earlier, but the French celebrate. 3 goals for DaCosta in this tournament. And it's a cycle play, and here's the beef as Belmar gets into Cody Almond. As he's slow to get up, the puck is back into French hands. To the point and back to DaCosta, and here's the shot that fools Giannoni. With traffic in front, Roussel does that. This snapshot finds its way over the right arm, just over the blocker. And we're all square here in Paris.
France has been powered by a short-handed goal in the first period from Ovichuk. And the look of disgust from the Swiss bench as that power play goal went in. Feeling Roussel was in violation.
That's exactly what the French team needed. A shot in the arm. As we see a shot on the bench of DaCosta. Some ice on that right thumb.
He's gonna have some shoveling done here, so see how close indeed Roussel was to the front of the net. On another look.
Well, this is nicely taken off the skate, but that's that running into. Ovichuk puts it back down, and here's DaCosta, head up, shot through traffic. Giannoni can't even see the release. And immediately the Swiss coach Fischer is up in arms. He thinks there should have been a call on the play. DaCosta battling that sore hand.
Well, crease violations are in play in this tournament. You can blow the play dead as soon as the opposition is in the blue paint. That certainly came very close. The exception is if the defending team pushes the offensive player in. And the very stealthy ice crew in all black has finished their job.
Some debris on the ice, and they'll get to work there. We mentioned France's next game. Well, that'll be Canada, who had a day of travel around Paris, seeing the sights, a snapshot in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Canada, France. And that could be a big one, not only because of the hockey power with Canada at top of the Group B, but perhaps where France rests in the standings, and of course this crowd.
It's been a bit of a wacky start in Group B play. Canada, of course, steamrolling to 3-0. But Finland stumbling out of the gate. That monumental win by France 2 nights ago, 5-1, gives them pause to think that they could be in the middle part of that Pool B standing.
A win in this hockey game, and I realize there is just a shade under 17 minutes to be played in the third, but a win for France would draw them level for second place in the group with Norway. Now, mind you, Norway did take the win in game 1 against France, but they would be equal in points with 6 each. And a French team near the top of a pool they're hosting perhaps gives them momentum to ride deeper into the tournament as the teams become slightly more difficult. Hands full against the Swiss right now. And I'm sure the players don't like the stoppage, but the fans can't deter their enthusiasm.
Gives them an opportunity to cheer on Da Costa. His 3rd goal of the tournament. After that Thursday night affair with Canada, France will play Belarus on Friday. A little back-to-back action.
Ice is ready. Puck will be dropped at center. Teddy Da Costa, after a Stéphane Da Costa goal, wins the draw. Slipped in by Beck. Giannoni out. Switzerland with one high. Move it up to Haas across the line. Cuts wide. Haas to the net. Tried to drop it off. Preplan there. Gets deflected up and out. An extra hit near the whistle. And Preplan and Teddy Da Costa come together.
Well, a shorthanded marker to start the game. Fortunate bounce. Ovichou celebrates. And then Preplan gets to work. There's his 2nd past the glove. 2nd for Switzerland, but a power play goal brings the Frenchman to square. 2-2 here in the building.
Draw win for Switzerland. Backhander, a weak one. Didn't reach the goal. Blocked in the slot. France away. Just turning a half step late was Douay. Would have been in the clear down the left wing side. Puck ricochets at center off the stick, off the glass by the boxes. In comes Switzerland. Out goes France. Rufinock tips it in. Douay to greet it. Didn't play it. Kept it going along the end boards. It'll ride its natural momentum around, and Meunier will skate out to center. Knuckles went in the other direction. Fuhrer moved it up to Chappie. Now to Mulligan. French changing. Puck right in front of their bench. Clairot makes life difficult for Mulligan, and France will reset. Oh, nearly a turnover in the high slot as the French were getting a little sloppy. Switzerland plays it right back in. Foyle tied up on the far boards. Ritz watching. Switzerland grabs possession. Switzerland near side to the line. Diaz, one-timer, changes directions, and a glove stop, an alert one from UA.
Right in front, pushing and shoving, escalates. But Huet with a glove save. Ovichou is just heated after he thought his goaltender was connected. That's Suter who gets pushed to the back glass. They're going to pull a penalty out of this one. And to keep it fair, a 4-on-4. The slap shot from Diaz, trying to be stopped, but instead Ritz deflects it up high. Huet travels and watches it go right into the glove, and then Suter gets into it with Ovichou. So offsetting penalties.
Both players, 2 minutes penalty for roughing.
The roughing call down on the ice. And Ovichou will sit. And so will Fuhrer. Pardon me, Suter.
Ovichou perplexed as to why he's getting a penalty. Double checking to make sure it's 4-on-4. Indeed it is. Peer through the glass and see Switzerland taking the draw in the France zone, but off of it, best controls from his own zone up the boards. Roussel lost it. Switzerland turns around quickly. Kukan, right point to the slot. Haas high in the zone, slap shot over top of the glove side of Huet. And that'll come all the way down the ice. Giannoni a long ways out to keep it moving. Belmar in the vicinity. Kukan to Mulligan. That looked offside, and it is. Ambulin reached behind him. Tricky move, and it won't be put in cleanly.
Dennis Morgan's father, Albert, dominant in the Swiss leagues for many years. But can't connect with Ambul there. The ambiance in the building continues to pick up. Face off right at center ice.
2-2 the score. Good tug of war between France and Switzerland in Group B action. Haas, a freebie off a stick. Tried to get in on the right wing side. Couldn't get to the net with a shot. Retrieved it off the near boards. Will skate back with it. 4-on-4 play. Another minute 3 left in that. Jumping in. Switzerland tried to direct one on goal. Stayed away from UA. France unable to get anything going here with a little extra room. Now DaCosta picks the pocket of Ganazzi. DaCosta stopped short of getting into the Swiss zone. And he'll go to the bench, but a few words for the Swiss bench on his way by.
Tempers are starting to boil over.
Praplan around Troil. And Manavion. Manavion, a rear end hit on Praplan rather, and Manavion showing his physicality. Meunier in, pump fake, shoots. That's blocked on the way back by Diaz. France throwing the body a bit. Switzerland gains the line. Rister off a stick just wide of the trapper side of Huet. At the point, played across for Diaz, and they'll call it back at the line. 2-2 the score. The French have tied it thanks to DaCosta. Plenty of action left in the third. Good battle in the third between France and Switzerland. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson, happy to bring it to you. And a look towards the benches. One can only fathom what is going on between the coaches.
Oh, they're going to try to see if they can't come up with a line combination that works. Just 3 shots total between the two teams here early in this third period.
Turnover in front on Buell, and Switzerland to net. Morgan whiffed on it, but draws a penalty in the process. Giannoni to the Swiss bench. Extra attacker on. Switzerland playing 6-on-5. Oostersander. Deep back to Oostersander. Far point. Oostersander missed it. And as soon as Roussel touches it, he knows that'll be a penalty coming up against France.
Some hesitation right in front of the net. And that's Hekaful, who just off the bottom of his stick trying to make a play. Sees the pressure from Ambul. It's swept away, and then, oh, there's the reaching in for the trip. So France compounds its problems with a giveaway and a penalty, and the Swiss get another power play.
5th of the game for Switzerland. They are 0 for 4.
À 47 minutes et 9 secondes, 2 minutes de pénalité au numéro 84 de l'équipe.
France living and dying by special teams, and a tip in front is stopped by Huet. Wonderful reaction from the veteran goaltender off Shappy. Oostersander in, wrapped around to the right of Huet. Puck on the far board, Swiss get to it. Shappy chasing it down as it's reversed to the near side. Oostersander's shot blocked by Yanil. Played down low again. Switzerland on the power play, looking to break out of a 2-2 tie. Not yet halfway through the third.
This is a big kill for them.
Yeah, France has been perfect so far in that category today, even acquired a shorthanded goal. Bodeman to the line. Bodeman gets it back. Passes over, deflects on. UA one stop. Puck is loose in the crease. UA down. Swiss celebrate, and the referee says no goal as a pileup in the blue crease occurs.
Pushing and shoving players down on the goaltender UA, who's yet to move. As the puck was towards the net, off a skate after a D-to-D play. And Huey thinks he can get it. He pokes it away, and then all the traffic comes into the blue paint. Huey's poked at there. The puck was never absolutely covered up. The referee behind the net waves things down. Shappy, not that time yet, tries to get to the puck, and then at the tail end, you see Rufinock trying to put everything into the back of the net. The puck goes behind him.
Puck was shot over the net after the whistle, but had that puck been in, boy, I can only imagine the Swiss bench. France survives on the penalty kill for now. 50 seconds left in their 5th of the game. Switzerland trying to make the most of this opportunity. Come in quickly down the far boards. Hollenstein curls back from the goal line. Hollenstein again. Drops off. Cross ice pass. Richard takes a look. Richard setting up top of the right circle. Richard passes over. Risky one. Moves it to Luffel. Far side circle. Mulligan nearly had a jump away. Saves. Hollenstein down low again. Cross crease pass for Richard, but a piece of that off a French stick. And Dom Malka chips it out.
Nifty stick handling. As Perpon has got 2 goals and wants to get the 3rd. Patrick Fisher is encouraging his team to get pucks towards the net. That last play was deflected out of play. Malka, proper time to get the stick on the ice. Cody Allman sizes up how much time is left on the power play. 15 seconds.
Allman draw win. In with a shot. Diaz and a blocker stopped by UA. Diaz, the triggerman. Passes off this time. Allman's tipped with the heel of his stick right to the slot. Missed the goal. And France 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. 2-2 tie intact, approaching the halfway point of the 3rd. Huey out. Gambled, nearly lost. Helped out by some teammates down deep. France will move out. Across center. Wreck into the corner. Now back behind the goal. France able to spread it out. Into the slot. Roussel, a backhander wide of the glove side. To Costa. Stefan for brother Teddy. Teddy to Costa. Far corner. Teddy to Costa. Behind the net, Roussel. Back off his stick, goes to the line. Rowe is there. Held in. Stefan da Costa shoots from the near boards. That's blocked. Stefan da Costa with Roussel. Stefan da Costa behind the goal. Teddy da Costa leaves for Stefan. Stefan, plenty of puck possession, but cannot get a shot. And those are good battles that the French are hoping turn into a Swiss penalty, and they will not.
Just a loose change by both teams.
Right into the glove of Giannoni. He'll hang on for a whistle.
Cody Allman trying to take the body on the younger da Costa and following through with a stick that wasn't called. And then older brother wants to finish off what was started. 4 years difference between the two da Costas. Got a referee in the crowd wearing a France hat. And towards the benches, they come together again.
Sent up to the left of the Swiss netminder, Giannoni. Hammered shot off the end boards, ricocheted on goal, and Giannoni alert on the trapper post to get the left leg over. Mulligan rushes ahead coast to coast, pulls one towards the goal, and that one over top of Huey, who is going down.
Didn't miss by much there over the blocker.
Rooster Sonder had to roll out of his reach. Mounier to Perret, and in. Perret, a steal from Kukan. Crowd wants a holding call. Preplan spun off the puck by Meunier. Got the worst of that one. Who gets right back up and goes after Preplan again.
The French captain trying to help along his team.
Preplan in. Room leaves to the line. Long slapper handled by Huet.
Wiffle stepped into that one. He came off the bench into a one-timer at the blue line, and this game drags on. Neither wanting to give an inch. As to the neutral zone, Meunier trying to get physical. Preplan loses the puck. They go back after each other. Lost again. And at the bench, long-standing captain, who was named captain by his coach Dave Henderson, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Those two together got France into the top division back in 2008. They've been here ever since.
France on the dot in their own zone. Allman to take it for Switzerland. Teddy to Costa for France. Swiss win it, but it leaps out. Swiss from their own zone. Rufinok looked behind him, couldn't reach the puck, didn't touch it, and so that's an icing call.
There's been pockets of energy by the French in this game. They will rue the unconverted power plays they've had as they continue to pile up. This line, part B, of Bellemare and Roussel has had rotating wingers. DaCosta will be there now.
France has lived and hope to not die by the special team. Shorthanded goal, power play goal. There are two on the board. Bellemare off a scramble draw. Roussel from his knees, backhanded it wide. Ovichu leaps, trying to keep it in with the left hand. Swiss forge ahead. Chappie with Preplan holding. Chappie cuts wide. Swiss changing. Chappie chased out. 8:05 to go in the third. 2-2 tie. Haas behind the French net. Haas cycles for Preplan. Back to the line. Diaz. Knuckler blocked. Kicks right back. Slapper right on. Left pad saved by Huet. Sure able to get that puck to the net. Hollenstein curls, now throws it through the crease, and Preplan was there, but he was covered. Swiss pressing here. Haas wraps around. High slot shoots, that's wide off the end boards, unable to get to it. And now another shot towards the goal from Diaz, right wing side is blocked, and Haas can't corral it.
It's a good shift for the Swiss.
Diaz. Preplan tried a toe drag move. Couldn't execute that around Janil. Stretch pass, Janil to the right side, and a high shot rising over top of the right shoulder of Giannoni. Building senses, it's getting to the late stages in a 2-2 tie. Buell down low for the Swiss. Cuts wide, throws it to the point, and a slap shot goes right to the crease and out the other side. A lot of missing the net here lately by Switzerland, but they won't miss here as Buell scores! Go-ahead goal! And the Swiss lead 3-2.
The assistant captain gets his team together and they make the difference. Buell on a slow change by the French. He gets a pass from Malgin, his second of the tournament. As the play was sent up, you can see there's no defenseman. Buell takes that opportunity to go right down the middle. Takes a slash afterwards, but not after putting it up over the glove. Huet helpless, Swiss in front 3-2.
The Swiss contingent has come back to life in Paris, France. And the French, although quiet right now, are hoping they'll have a chance to rise again. Buell has Switzerland in front with little time to go. 3-2 at the World Hockey Championship. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson bring you back to Paris, where with under 7 to go, Switzerland has gained a 3-2 lead.
Off the stick of Andreas Ambul, the 33-year-old who's from Davos. Played there for almost a decade before trying things in North America. Only one season there for the Hartford Wolfpack.
So the French on their heels a bit will try to tie it once again. Lon Rister guided towards the goal from Rowe, doesn't reach the net. Shappy happy to get it down the ice, took a late hit on a change at center, and boy, the French, I don't know if it's time to be undisciplined.
It was Perret right in front of his own box. He got off the ice without getting called.
Menapion, broken stick, having to cover Ovichu, sliced underneath the Hollenstein to take it away. Pecafoyle in for France, right back out. Ovichu from center. Plays to the line, just onside, following up Ritz, off the post! Struck the iron to the left of Giannoni. France that close to offering a response. Ovichu, Lon Rister, pad, stop, big rebound, and Fleury a half a step late.
The French changes, especially their defensemen, are causing their team some trouble.
Troilin on the forecheck, couldn't come up with it. Switzerland up ice, the goal scorer Ambul, covered by Teddy DaCosta, who runs him into the far corner. Last thing France needs is to take a penalty right now, despite going 5 for 5 on the kill. They're down 3-2. Crowd urging them on with every possession. Lon Rister handled by the glove of Giannoni.
Well, we'll see if there's any magic left here in this building for the French. An opportunity coming in is Ritz to the backhand off the bar. The left post on the glove side of Giannoni, who follows things. He's late with the left hand, but it's post and out.
Offensive zone draw for France. DaCosta against Allman. Stefan DaCosta could not win it back. Swiss collects. Rufinok hit, plays to center. Shappy delivers in the rest of the way. Allman on the forecheck. France trying to hustle everything the other direction, and Bellemare is tasked with that job.
French are sending just one man in, and the other 4 sit back.
Stefan DaCosta. Some room. Makes a move, cuts wide, and poke checked away by Fuhr at the last moment. Racing after it, Menapion, and that'll be an icing.
Stefan DaCosta has a 2-goal game under his belt already. As Coach Dave Henderson is trying to put together a threesome that will produce the tying goal. 4:22 on the clock. Quick conversation before the face-off. It's got the right spot to go to. The veteran back on D, Ovichu, who has a goal and assist in this game.
Draw in Meunier. Rek turns and shoots and scores! Rek, and it's a tie game, 3-3.
Face-offs have gone France's way in this game, and it pulls them even again. Little battle off the draw, spin and fire. Giannoni's not ready with the glove. And it's 3-3 in the border battle. A little conversation before the face-off produces the tying goal. And the people in the building are on their feet.
They've had a lot to cheer about lately. It became a party after a France win against Finland, then carried on into the night on election evening, into a holiday Monday, and they're hoping to keep it going. 3-3 tie, 4:13 to go in the third, icing against France.
Anthony Rek with his first goal. Meunier, the captain, saw him lay a heavy hit earlier in the game to try to get his team in order. Wins the face-off. spin shot eludes the left side of Giannone. Hadn't been that busy up till that point.
Face off in the France zone. Everybody on their feet in Paris. Hekafoil gets the zone clear past Oostersander. Hekafoil wraps one in. Giannone slows it down. Oostersander play to the far boards. France changing. Belmar missed it. Hekafoil again from his own zone. Hit by Hollenstein. Move to center. Roussel missed it. Fleury picks up. Fleury knuckler towards the goal. Just off the piece of the blocker from Giannone. Roussel delivers behind the net for Belmar. Protects. Swings to Roussel left wing side. 3.5 to go at the line. Besha shot that one, hit a body in front and went wide. Belmar, Roussel combined to form a crowd in the far corner. Don't come up with the puck, however. Switzerland trying to get it out. This one chipped past Besh at the line and icing called against the Swiss.
The line put together with Belmar, together with Roussel, and then the younger DaCosta creates some energy up ice. Force the Swiss to get the puck down ice for the icing. Meunier is going to dig back in for a face-off, won a big one a few scant minutes ago. And it's going to be a timeout. Patrick Fisher senses the momentum's getting away from his team. And he'll make sure everyone knows where to go on this face-off.
France found a tying goal off the stick of Rek, his very first of this World Championship. And what a big one for the young man wearing 81.
Well, Fisher, the first Swiss-born coach in 19 years to run the program. Glenn Hanlon, Sean Simpson, Ralph Kruger. Since 1988, the coaches of North American descent.
France sets up for the draw in the Swiss zone. Switzerland wins off the glass and out. This one, the center off of Ovichu, got enough of the stick to not allow Suter to come in. France back down deep, chasing after it, Meunier. Trying to center, Meunier digs at it on the trapper post, and a little slash from the goaltender, Giannone. 3 Swiss players come the other way, played to the slot, now back to the line, and Diaz will settle down. Switzerland with 2.5 to go. Back to Diaz, tipped in front and wide off the blade of Suter. Ambiol, who had at one point the 3-2 go-ahead goal for Switzerland. To the line again, Diaz whiffed on the pass across to Untersander. Three tie. The building wants another from France.
They're serenading their team.
2017 World Hockey Championship, host in Pool B, Group B. The French have clawed their way back. And there's 1:40 to go and a 3-3 tie.
They get the deciding marker. This place will start shaking.
Switzerland in. 4-man scrum in the corner. Out of it, Haas, watched by Ovichu. Haas to the net, hit the side of the goal. Ovichu has the puck come to him, can't move. Threw a slash at Haas, broke his stick, no call. Switzerland, with Haas and a broken stick, decide to peel back to the bench. Room for France to move it. And they'll execute a change as well. Ovichu is spent on that shift. Final minute. Stefan DaCosta crashes into the corner, Switzerland zone. Trying to keep it deep. French not able to. Swiss the other way, Hollenstein. Looks in front, knocked to the line, comes over. 44 to go. In, Mulligan, some room, alone to the net, backhander, stop, Hue, rebound, got a piece, Hue with the right pad.
Paplan off the base of the net. Hue able to get over, almost had the hat trick, and he's drawn a penalty. Paplan's taking a tripping call here. Boy, the French almost get bitten, and now they'll have the man advantage with the last 28 seconds on the clock.
Swiss player number 8, 2 minutes tripping.
Paplan had the game on his stick, and now he's given it to France with this tripping call. This was Malgin coming in, stick handling, holding to the backhand. That puck just squirts over, and Paplan off the side of the net. Wow.
Timeout. And France will go over a game plan to try and win it in regulation. This will be the 4th power play of the hockey game for France. They are 1 for 3. And the power play goal arrived earlier this period off the stick of Stéphane DaCosta. Swiss would respond to snake a 3-2 lead from Ambuel, but the French came back thanks to a goal from Rek to tie it at 3.
That goal by Rek off a face-off. And with the extra man out on the ice, there is time. 28 seconds on the clock. Face-off in the Swiss zone. And the experience out on the ice favors France. Bellemare, Roussel, Fleury as well. Ovičić.
Crowd on their feet. France on a power play. Tied game late in the 3rd with 28 to go. Off the draw, Ovičić keeps alive. Bellemare out of the corner, looks to the net, skates behind it. Appears trapper side to the line, DaCosta. Bellemare, Ovičić, Stéphane DaCosta, cross ice. Slipped away from its mark in Fleury. Fleury to the point, Ovičić back to Fleury. Cross ice, Stéphane DaCosta in front for Roussel. Pass blocked underneath the Swiss player to the net. Covered up by Giannoni as the buzzer sounds. And we are headed to overtime in Paris. France claws back to tie the game at 3. And it'll be 3-on-3 to decide it when we come back to Paris.
As the score is tied after regular time, 5 minutes, sudden victory over time.
Et voilà, on a le droit à notre prolongation de 5 minutes. Alors, ça va être magnifique. Ce match fou. Allez, on a besoin de ça bouge, ça bouge. Allez, vite. Ça chante surtout.
Ovičić, power play in overtime for France. 4-on-3 against Switzerland. Ovičić unloads, stopped Giannoni on the glove side. Ovichu back across. Belmar. Tip just wide by Roussel. Switzerland on their heels to start overtime. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you. Now the Swiss get some reprieve by sending it down the ice.
A 4-on-3 power play generating shots from the point, and then the down low right in front of the tip play, and the net doesn't work.
35 seconds to go in the power play. France, 4-on-3 and a 3-3 tie. Ovichu across, one-timer, Belmar, stop, rebound, and it is Giannoni who's got it somehow, somewhere.
What a shot. Roussel was in front of the net, causing the traffic. Giannoni's going to look over him. This is a heavy one-timer up high, and Giannoni lays out the puck, fortunate to stay underneath him. Roussel checking to make sure he doesn't go into the blue. Earlier, just not hard enough on the stick, over top. Just grazes the top portion after Belmar zings it right through Untersander and out the other side.
Toll, draw win, Fleury to the point. Dom Malka across for Besch in overtime. Power play France, that's Heckefull, Heckefull across, slapper, stopped by Giannoni. 5 seconds to go, Switzerland hangs on and kills off the carryover to start OT. Stretch pass wound up on Troll's stick. Troll working against Kukan deep in the Swiss zone. Heckefull across. Besch skates back to the point. Pressure there by Switzerland. France keeps it in. Fleury moving in on it. Fleury cutting wide behind Giannoni. Tried to center. Fleury all the way around the Swiss zone to the point, into the French bench, and it stops it with under 3 to go in OT.
Fleury second guessing and holding on for the full cycle all the way around. Untersander's going to hop on for the Swiss, and his face-off will be in the neutral zone. Untersander is part of that penalty kill that escaped the 4-on-3 portion in overtime for the Swiss. And so they'll go back to the traditional 3-on-3.
The Costa brothers out there, Stefan and 14 to take the draw. Teddy, 80, right beside him. Swiss win it though, Mulligan, joined by Ambuel, Untersander as well. Switzerland and France tied at 3s in overtime. Paris waiting to erupt. Ambuel, Mulligan from center, bouncing puck. Stefan da Costa nearly stole, now he does, plays it up. Trying to get it on time was Ovichu, could not. Stefan da Costa changes. On comes Belmar. Swiss want to switch it up as well. Mulligan will rag the puck a little bit. Now for Diaz. 2:17 to go in overtime. Diaz all the way behind his own goal. Hearing some jeers in the building. Ruffenot, joined by Almond for the Swiss. Closing the gap, far side, Roussel. Heckefull in the corner, in front, nearly a setup and a pretty one for Ruffenot. Ruffenot in overtime for Switzerland. Ruffenot around the horn, tries to slide it in front, just stopped of that. Had a body out in front. Almond, now he's in deep. Belmar the other way, 2-on-1 in overtime. Belmar and Heckefull. Heckefull alone shoots, stop by Giannoni. What a stop by the Swiss netminder. And Switzerland will live another possession as the French thought they had finished it.
Almost lights out. Ruffenot had the puck in the offensive zone, gives up a 2-on-1, just not converted. Best save of the game for Giannoni.
Fleury drawn to the ice in the Swiss zone. Crowd didn't like that one. Approaching the final minute in overtime. Heckefull for Fleury. France in. France changing. Comes to Ovichu. He would have had lots of room to work with and he missed it.
Had a lane to the net. Was passed behind him.
This one called back against France with 54.1 to go.
Giannoni is able to read the 2-on-1 properly from the blue line through the neutral zone. The pass across from Belmar. and Heckefoil can't get it up high enough. Giannone wanted to poke, gets it off the inside of the left arm. That could have been lights out Switzerland.
Draw in the French zone, 3-3 tie in overtime. France controls, 50 seconds to go. Rek, who tied the hockey game late, played it to Stefan da Costa. Stefan da Costa back, now in. Has Overture to the net, da Costa curls, Deeks shoots, stopped on the blocker side low, penalty coming up, and France gets another power play in OT.
The younger da Costa almost does it himself, the native son born in Paris. Splits the D, goes to the net, and draws the penalty. Malgin will sit. There's just some confusion right now. It's Diaz, who they called initially. Malgin tried to sneak in the penalty box, but the hook to the captain, Rafael Diaz. You see da Costa cut to the forehand, see a lane, and take it. The last moment there, Diaz reaches in, up to the hands. Malgin had it initially in that last stick there. Giannone follows along as well. Another 4-on-3 for France in overtime.
Doesn't get any better than this for France with 33 seconds to go, tied at threes. French power play setting up in the Swiss zone. Bellemare to take the draw. Stefan da Costa tries to steal from Untersander. Swiss protecting, and they'll get the clear. Fifth power play of the hockey game for France. They're 1 for 4. In overtime coming in, Bellemare back to the line. Stefan da Costa cross ice for Roussel. Couldn't retrieve the pass. Saved it. Overture at the point. One-timer high over top of the goal from da Costa, and that'll ricochet off the glass and out. And this game is going the distance. A shootout will decide the winner between France and Switzerland. Tied at threes after overtime. Come back to Paris with us in a moment.
As the score is tied after overtime, penalty shot 3-4.
C'est aussi les pénaltys entre la Slovaquie et le Danemark. Salut sur la Pologne. Quelques secondes de patience avant les pénaltys. On espère que ça va. Tout va bien, vous êtes en forme. Il y a de l'attention des deux côtés. Suisse-France pour les 3 choix.
Voilà, la Suisse et la France qui vont effectivement partager les points. Le vainqueur en aura 2 et il y aura un point pour le perdant de ce match. C'est la règle de l'équipe bien sûr pour savoir qui les 8 seront les 4 en quart de finale. Voilà, donc dans tous les cas, tout le monde va marquer des points ce soir, mais qui en prend le plus, séance de tir au but dans quelques instants.
Voilà, le résultat vient de tomber. C'est le Danemark qui l'a remporté face à la Slovaquie au tir au but.
Welcome back to Paris. It has been an entertaining hockey game to say the least as we recap it. John Abbott, Dave Tomlinson with you. A 3-3 tie headed to a shootout.
2 goals for Plan, and then the plan for France to get back into the game. They fall behind, but late, a face-off win. Spin, and it's in.
Just awaiting a shootout in a 3-3 tie that went through overtime between France and Switzerland.
France had a crack at it, 4-on-3, couldn't generate the game winner. So it's down to the goaltenders. We talked before the game about Giannone getting the start. He had the shutout last game, and Stopped 21 in this game. Cristobal Huet, the 41-year-old, who backstopped France's first win, is going to see if he can outweight the Swiss shooters. Wanted to welcome those of you who have been watching Denmark, Slovakia on TSN 3 to some bonus coverage from Paris. Tied in overtime to the shootout, 3-3 between France and Switzerland.
And the French captain, Meunier, doesn't like the way the ice is going to be cleaned, and he's maybe the only one that has the power to bring the Zamboni back out. So we'll wait a little bit longer as the drama builds. Cristobal Huet, the 41-year-old, trying to put together back-to-back wins for France. Hardy stole the other game against Finland, and Huet hoping his team will grab the full victory in this one against Switzerland.
Switzerland won in a shootout against Slovenia. Damien Brunner, the first shooter, was the only player to score. He should be a part of what Patrick Fischer, the coach of the Swiss team, will put out for their first three. These players are quite amused by this new way to clean the ice by the Zamboni driver. You see the captain, Laurent Meunier, the 38-year-old, explaining that they'd like to have the whole crease cleaned.
Well, it took a while in that game between Switzerland and Slovenia for them to resurface the ice, so complaint filed by a couple of teams, including the home host captain in Meunier. But it will be Giannoni, Leonardo Giannoni. Well, look at him readying the goal crease after the scrape, as he prepares to meet Fleury of France, the first shooter. There will be three shooters aside to decide it. Fleury in on Giannoni, right-hand shot, snaps it, and a stop by the Swiss goaltender.
Good patience there by Giannoni. Right-hand shot, Fleury, and it's into that spot that they were complaining about the ice. But up off the left shoulder.
Brunner for Switzerland. Damien Brunner on Cristobal Huet. Brunner cuts wide. Right-hand shot. Curls to the slot. Holds. Deke shoots. No goal. Getting the pad shut in time. Huet. Incredible.
The patience by Brunner as he tries to fake the shot, go to the backhand, and slide it 5-hole. It rattles, but stays out.
A miss from the pair of first shooters. Stéphane DaCosta next for France. Speed as he picks it up. Right-hand shot in on Giannoni. Stops. Backhander. Scores! Stéphane DaCosta gives France the lead in the shootout.
High fives down the bench from the younger DaCosta. Stop-up move. Just gets the timing away from the goaltender, Giannoni, and then he's sunk to the backhand and in.
Swiss next up, Preplan, who had 2 goals in the game. Slows up, right-hand shot on Huet. Deeks, poke check, Huet stones him!
Preplan was thinking that he could get Huet down, but look at the extension by the right arm, and then following up the top of the left pad by the veteran. Wily move. And it's on the stick of Bellemare.
Can win it here. Bellemare with a crowd on their feet for France. In on Giannoni, Deeks, and puts the backhander wide off a pretty move.
Thought he had gotten himself into trouble with too many stick handles, but that was all to get Giannoni down. And at the last moment, just taps this one wide with the one-hander. There was some space, but he missed.
Wallenstein trying to prolong the game, shoots it wide, and France wins! A 4-3 victory in a shootout, and they'll pile over the boards to celebrate with the home crowd in Paris.
The Roosters are puffing their chests out in this one. Group dance by France as Swiss cannot celebrate the way, takes the victory. The fans are on their feet here. And that's 2 wins in a row for the host team here in Paris.
Back-to-back wins in a tournament for France, equally dramatic. The surprise 5-1 win over Finland, and the shocker down to the wire with a late goal from Rek to tie it in the third at threes. Power plays in overtime, solving nothing to the shootout, and a 4-3 win thanks to Stefan da Costa, and the only goal to beat Leonardo Giannone.
In this tournament, the shootout winner is credited as a goal.
Players of the game being awarded. Plenty to choose from on either side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the
Raplan, a 2-goal effort. Went to the box in overtime, was not scored on. Maybe he looked past that. Giannone, superb effort in goal as well, doing all he could to try and preserve a victory for Switzerland. On the French side, Stefan da Costa, the goal in the third and the shootout winner.
Vincent Raplan shakes hands. Thought he had his team where he wanted them in the lead in the second. But this game was going to go much longer than that.
Le meilleur joueur pour l'équipe de France, the best player for France, le numéro 18, Johanno Vitu.
And Ochu, who opened the scoring for France, short-handed, is the player of the game.
Had a short-handed marker, had an assist. And he'll stay there and smile for the camera.
Might be the moment of the tournament, going back to this presentation a game ago where Belmar was awarded the player of the game, only to have everybody in the building, including the French team, decide it should go to Florian Hardy.
The goaltender of that note of that match.
And now they rise in Paris and listen in to the national anthem.